Why do good people suffer? Why do we lose the ones we love? Why do we carry the wounds we never asked for? Isn't this we all wonder? Not just women, all of us. If you've been asking the same, this message is for you. Welcome back to Her Sacred Awakening. Let's talk about some truth. The truth of life and soul journey. No one really prepares us for this part of life. The part where things don't go as planned, where life takes a turn and all we see is suffering we are made to deal with. What do you think it is? Is it karmic? Is it predestined? Or it's just your own creation? Well, it is all of it. Today we won't talk about karma and creations. Let's just stick to suffering and pain and the soul journey. Let's just be very honest. No one on this planet is living a smooth life. Nobody is happy internally. Externally, they might show that they are doing so good. On social media, they are the happiest on social media. But what about the internal happiness? Why is there so much of suffering where people we trust break our trusts, or they just leave us, they cheat on us, or compel us to leave them? May it be love relationships, or may it be family bonds, may it be friendship, any kind of relationship. The sudden death of the loved one leaves us humans feeling empty, devastated, numb, wondering what to do with life, how to live life without this person, how to handle the devastation. So much of pain, and it is natural. That disease, that sickness, or the illness that comes to someone close to us or to us to deal with, it comes with so much of pain, uncertainty, and helplessness, not knowing why. Why me? Why my person? I was being so good to everybody. Then why me? Why am I suffering? Everything comes with so many questions and realizations of how granted we take our life, our body, or our loved ones. Biggest reasons of suffering is relationships. So many of them are crying over breakups, divorces. So many are cribbing because they can't get married. So many of them are crying because they are married. People are depressed because they are being compelled to go through the pain they didn't create. They are carrying someone else's pain. They are suffering because of someone else, because they are projecting their traumas and their baggages and insecurities onto them. What do people do? How do they handle? They fight, they argue, they abuse verbally, physically, mentally, financially. That is how people create and enable more pain into each other's lives. Isn't it exactly what is going on around in the world? Nobody is ready to fix themselves and find solutions to end their pain. All of them are blaming each other for each other's pain. There is nobody is solution oriented. Everybody just wants to blame each other and hold each other responsible for each other's pain. You know why these fights are happening? It is because of the expectations. Because we expect so much from each other. A lovely line a therapist once told me back in 2021 when I was going through my own tough times. She said that expectations are okay as long as they don't become demands. There's a thin line between both. And we all should know that demanding something from the other person leads us to the suffering. Because if they don't fulfill it, we are going to demand more and more. We are going to force them more, to give us more, to fulfill our egos more. Because we unknowingly force them to please us, that it no more remains just an expectation and it becomes a demand. Expectations are thought-based. Demands are action-based. What happens when someone close to us, or anybody for that matter, disrespects us, mistreats us, misbehaves with us? What is our first reaction? The first reaction is anger. We get back at them. We say a lot of things in that impulse of anger that we regret later, including me. Even I have done this. I was a very aggressive person, very angry. किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, बस तलवार निकाल के ready to attack them. छोड़ती नहीं थी किसी को. बस जाके रिएक्ट करना है, बस जाके गुस्से में कुछ बोल देना है. एंड लेटर आई यूज टू रिग्रेट अ लॉट. यार मैंने क्यों ही बोला, ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. बिकॉज इन दैट मोमेंट समझ नहीं थी इन द मोमेंट कि मे बी आई एम मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस पर्सन, मे बी आई हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड फिल्टर कि किस एंगल से ये बंदा और ये या फिर ये बंदी बात कर रही है. आई हैव टू फिल्टर फर्स्ट बिफोर रिएक्टिंग. बट हाँ, वो मेरा नेचर है. आई एम स्टिल वर्किंग अ लॉट on my nature also. But having said that, yes, I have worked a lot on my anger issues. And of course, I'm talking out of experience. It's not like bas aake gyan de rahi hu. It really helps, when you start responding instead of reacting, it works. We are saving our own energy and suffering, which we are talking about. This anger, these reactions, this impulsive way of handling emotions, this affects and impacts our energy, our aura, our mental body, and eventually it manifests into our physical body, and then it gives us thyroid issues, stomach issues, acidity, or PCOD, PCOS, so many of health concerns that come from this anger. And then these health issues again become the reason for our depression, for feeling low, for panic attacks, restlessness. It is never ending, and everything gets tangled up with each other. One thing led to another, and it becomes a vicious cycle of pain and suffering, and that's how we feel stuck in life. So much pain we cause to ourselves because of these reactions, overthinking, anxiety, fear. It affects us physically, and we don't understand. We won't understand it now, but बाद में सब manifest होगा body में. So relationships of any sort are the reason and the cause of suffering. They make us or they break us, but only if we let them. See, we are humans. We do have emotions. We can't hide or run away from our emotions. We do get involved. We do invest emotionally in people. We do get attached. But that is the whole point. These attachments, these expectations are the reasons for the suffering. The truth is that we are all projecting who we are all the time in difficult situations, on different people. But your emotional intelligence will always save you in such tough and sensitive phases of life. Suffering affects all the aspects of our life because it brings so much of emotional pain, making us go into survival modes, not knowing how to deal with it, how to handle that pain, because we are not taught how to do that. And it affects our life on all the fronts, our careers, our financial stability, the other relationships, our health, and most importantly, it affects our own relationship with ourselves, where we lose ourselves in the noise of expectations. But the good news is that we can deal with it by reconditioning our old belief systems, by unlearning the old patterns that weren't serving us. All of us are trying hard to understand the cause and the reasons of our suffering. But majority of the times, it is us who creates the sufferings for ourselves. What is predestined is something which is going to happen. But what is our creation is our reaction onto it. Because everything depends on our reaction. The way we react, the way we give energy to it affects its intensity of the pain and the suffering. So whatever level of pain you have in your life, you need to handle it by becoming emotionally intelligent. So many of people I have in my life, I've seen so many of them have developed an attitude like, I'm going to stop praying, I'm going to stop worshipping God. And then they isolate themselves in the rooms, they lock themselves up because they are scared. They are scared to face people, to talk to people, including me. Even I was in that phase where I kept myself isolated for a long time because I didn't want to face people. I didn't want to laugh unnecessarily and greet people unnecessarily because I used to feel so exhausted because of my own overthinking and anxiety that I avoided going out. This is what I've learned from my own sacred path, that doing this is fine. If you want to isolate yourself and go into your hermit mode, it is absolutely fine, do that. But don't let the pain and the suffering in that isolation, into that loneliness, in that period, don't let it consume you. But let me tell you, this pain, this pressure, it's not bad. It is extremely sacred, and we have the power to change it into our own power. Because in loneliness, we learn the truth. In stress, we shape our identity in stress. The lotus, a beautiful flower, rises through mud. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Coffee develops its flavor on high temperature. And we humans find our purpose through the pain and suffering. Life is not difficult because we are doing it wrong. Life is difficult because it is asking us to remember who we are. We cannot control anyone's life, death, behavior, actions, emotions, values, and principles. All we can control is ours. Everybody will act as per their karma, as per their values, or as per their upbringing. We cannot control what has already happened to us. What we can control is now how we react to it, by simply accepting the situation, whatever it is. Just accept कर लो कि ये situation अभी फिलहाल मेरी है, and I have the power to change it, because you do. Most of the times, we are just living in the consequences of our past life karmas, and we carry forward those past life sufferings and the present sufferings into the next lifetime with more suffering, with more pain, if we don't deal with it in this lifetime. If we don't learn our lessons in this life and finish our suffering, carry forward ho jayega. You know what I personally feel? I feel we have all chosen to be born in this lifetime in Kali Yuga to suffer and lead ourselves towards Satyug by healing ourselves. And healing means awakening. Awakening means discomfort. Discomfort is needed to shed our old selves. Because that is how we are going to become our better selves. But karma, Satyug, Kalyug, that is another topic. I know it is hard for the majority of you to believe into the concept of healing and karma, but maybe we can just keep our brains and skeptical minds away for a while and listen to our soul. Think about the divine energy that created us. Because it didn't create us to just suffer, but we won't do that because we are not ready. We are scared to face the truth. We don't self-introspect because we are too busy blaming others or our destiny or our bad luck. But we have power to change our destiny. I'll talk about this in another video. Every heartbreak, every failure, every moment where you fell to your knees was an initiation, not into suffering, but into the divine truth. But we are all too busy in this 3D world, living in the black and white, believing in what we can see and touch and feel and sense. We ignore, we distract, we suppress the emotions that need to be dealt with. Because if you want to reach to that level where you are unaffected, you have to deal with your truth. Do you remember the old famous saying, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional? It has such a deep and profound meaning to it, but only if we pause and listen. Go inwards other than making sense of what is happening in the external reality. If we talk to ourselves, our soul, or to God, then we will eventually find the answers to all our questions. The only thing required is that we trust it, we believe in it, believe in something, some force that we are drawn towards. When you connect inward to yourself, your soul will start guiding you through conviction in your intuitions, through signs. Your gut feeling will become so strong. But for that, we need to be silent. Every day, sit in silence for 20 minutes. Answers won't come to you overnight. It'll take time because we are not used to sit in silence without unnecessary thoughts distracting us. And the truth is that we can't stop the thoughts from coming, but we can manage them. But for that, you need to first feel the thoughts and feel the emotions, not run away from them. Face them and eventually learn to look at them like a passing cloud without reacting to them. There's this beautiful, this all of this is given in Bhagavad Gita also, but I have read this beautiful book, the Greatest Secret. I recommend you all to read it. They have explained it so beautifully, how to manage your thoughts, how to look at the thoughts without letting them consume you. As hard as it sounds, there is no option of deleting, exempting, or undoing something. Life becomes difficult the moment we start awakening because we can no longer numb or pretend or perform. We are called upon to feel everything, to question everything. And when you awaken, when you heal, you will experience ego death. Ego death is not a small concept. It is huge. It's a very deep concept. Finding yourself comes with a lot of grief. You will have to go through the darkest night of your soul. Dark night of your soul doesn't mean the dark night. It just means that you have to face your pain, your traumas, your identity, discomfort, cry out loud, have sleepless nights wondering, who am I? Awakening also comes with freedom. You will be more detached as you awaken. Small talks won't make any sense. And this might sound a little confusing, but you have to end the suffering by suffering. You won't see a single soul that has become wise, successful, stable without struggle, pain, and suffering. So, whatever you're going through right now, whatever is the source of your pain, just hold on. You won't take all the people, things, labels, or titles along when you move ahead towards your purpose. Some things need to be left behind. Some things, some people don't have permission to go ahead with that evolved self. So, if life feels heavy right now, don't assume that you're off track. Maybe you're exactly where your soul needs to be. Maybe this is the part where everything falls apart so that you can finally rise. Breathe. Trust your path. And remember, the most sacred journeys are never the easiest. You are given this pain because universe wants you to learn something. It knows that you have the potential to rise above your pain. Life isn't punishing you, it is polishing you. Only if you start seeing it that way. But we won't. We don't because we are not ready to face the truth. We are all so busy in the 3D world and believing everything that is going on externally. If this landed in your heart, write down in your journal what part of your journey has felt the hardest and what can you do about it. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Only you have to help yourself. People are going to be there to guide you, to help you, but only you have to do the work. So let's guide each other and hold space for each other without any judgments or without bringing each other down. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are just awakening. Learn to look at it by bringing that okayness in your heart. It is okay. Whatever that is going on in my life, it's okay. I will accept it. I will see what my lesson is and I'll learn it. Learn to be calm and gentle to yourself when things are falling apart. Your reactions and your decisions are going to create a new destiny for you, a new karma for you. One life. Let's just make it peaceful because peace is the new rich. And as we come to the end of the video, I would like to end this on a beautiful note. There is this beautiful song from the old movie Kora Kagaz. This specific line, it won't be found in the original music track, I think, but it is found in the movie song. I'm going to read this line from that video for you guys. दुख के अंदर सुख की ज्योति, दुख ही सुख का ज्ञान, दुख ही सुख का ज्ञान, दर्द सह के जन्म लेता हर कोई इंसान, दर्द सह के जन्म लेता हर कोई इंसान, वो सुखी है जो खुशी से दर्द सह गया, सच का सागर उसका जीवन बन के रह गया. If you know this song, or if you don't know this song, just go and search for this song. It is beautiful. As much as it sounds philosophical, but everything is so connected. Do like the video if it made sense to you. Share the video to the ones who need to hear the stuff. Please do subscribe to Her Sacred Awakening. This is Siley, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep growing, keep glowing.